Now I'm going to just go randomly to these phone lines. There's no, on this program, you don't know what the hell you're going to get. So, hey, brace yourselves, both of you. On the wild card line, you're on the air with Richard Hoagland, Vance Davis, and Art Bell. Hi.
Hello.
Where are you?
I'm in Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta, Georgia. All right, you're going to have to yell at us, everybody.
Okay.
Do you have a question? And if so,
actually, a few. I'm surprised I got on so fast. I've been dialing for about 10 minutes now. It's crazy.
Well, I just picked up this line. So anyway, do you have a question?
Oh, actually, a few. First, for Mr. Davis, what was your MOS? Was it Bravo Charlie what?
It was at one point an 05K and became a 98K U1.
Kilo, that's Elant, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I'm SIGINT, so I can relate.
Okay.
I used to hang out with kilos and hogs. So.
Okay. That sounds, caller, that sounds right to you then?
Say again?
That sounds right to you then?
Which part?
The part you just asked him about. That sounds legit.
Yeah,
all right.
we're talking the same language.
All right, good. You have
just a basic preliminary, skill test.
I got you.
Okay. As far as the Ouija stuff, that's interesting you brought it up because when I was at DLI, we used to play on the Ouija board, and until about the time somebody got kind of like a case of possession, and then we decided not to do that anymore.
And that is a danger, yes.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of fun goofing around with spirits and stuff, and weird stuff really started happening, and so we just said, no, we're not going to do that anymore.
And I will tell you this, caller, I don't necessarily agree with channeling because I believe the same danger lies there.
Well, you just, lay yourself open to whatever comes along. If you say, come on in, well, whatever... I get a real impression, I mean, I don't want to digress too far from what we're talking about, or what you guys are talking about, but I found that what I could tell, and I actually met a guy who is another Charlie there who is really into that for some time until he got himself spiritually in trouble with it. By his own admission, he said he accepted a sin which got him in really big trouble. But there's spirits, good, bad, and
all right, caller, we don't have a lot of time, so if you have a relevant
like I said, I don't want to digress too much, but you can't count on what's on the other end. That's what we got down to.
Go ahead. Go ahead with your next question.
Anyway, okay, well, yeah, I had more than one question.
Well, at least ask one.
Okay. As far as the stuff from from what you're talking about with the Koreans and all that stuff, and what you get from the NSA and all that, for all the things that you mentioned and how they're keeping all that stuff separate, the information filtered and stuff. One thing that a principle, as I recall from very basic schooling, was filtration is the normal thing for many presidents. Sanitization is a normal procedure.
All right. Well, we'll hold it there. In other words, it is normal to withhold information from presidents.
Yes.
Said.
Yes.
You agree with that?
Yes.
All right. First-time caller line, you're on the air with Vance Davis and Richard Hoagland. Hi.
Hello.
Where are you?
Denver.
Denver. Turn your radio off.
It's off.
Good. Do you have a question? And if so, for whom?
Just a statement, if I may. I turned the show on and I heard some of the earlier discussion about your guest discussing the coup or the government within the government.
Yes.
And I've been reading on this topic since I was in high school. And in the last year, I've read 3 books that take it really from its inception in this country in the 20s with Alan Dulles and his cabal.
Okay, so you're saying you believe it all?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right, I appreciate it. Thank you. West of the Rockies, you're on the air with Vance Davis and Richard Hoagland.
Yes, I'd like to ask a question.
Good.
Okay.
Go ahead. Go.
Okay, my question is, are you saying that Major Ed Dames is one of these fascists?
No, I do not believe that. Ed Dames was a trained remote technical viewer. I met once and saw a couple times General Stubblebine. I was under General Odoms there at NSA for a period of 2 years. That's how long they run in their office. And that is very real. Ed Dames, I think, most likely is possibly being fed information just like I am, and we're being utilized.
being utilized?
Yes.
Then please, can somebody answer this for me? What in the world is Project Starman? What is he doing with teleportation, or what is this group, this fascist, doing with teleportation?
This obviously would be a question for Ed Dames, not Vance Davis.
Yeah, because I cannot answer that. I'm sorry.
This whole spook stuff is really getting me down. I mean, who to believe? Even yourself.
I totally agree.
Am I being used? Are you being used? Is Richard being used?
I think all three of us are being used.
Well, that might be. First-time caller line, you're on the air. Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening. Where are you, dear?
My name's Christina, and I'm calling from Las Vegas.
Okay, you're going to have to yell at us. You're not very loud. If you
All right, my name's Christina, and I'm from Las Vegas.
Right.
I'd like to know if Vance remembers any of his 21 days in jail.
I remember every single one of them.
Okay, so you don't believe you were brainwashed into what you're speaking about right now?
No, because they left us alone. In fact, we had a sergeant.
But that's a good question, ma'am.
It is. We had a
I'm
sergeant that
psychic
came up to us
myself.
and was starting to confront us and do a little soap deal with us.
Soap deal?
Yeah, you put a soap in a sock and you beat the hell out of the person,
Yeah.
and it doesn't leave any marks.
Yeah.
That was stopped immediately by a colonel and said, you will not touch these soldiers. No one will discuss with them, talk to them, or anything. We were in 3 days of interrogation, Christine, and on that third day, a phone call came in. This is a true story. It can be corroborated that a call from the White House came in to Fort Benning, Georgia, and the investigators were told to wrap it up and end it, that we were being released.
All right. And on that note, we're going to release you for the half hour, and we'll be back. You know, there are some pretty wild sides of this that I must say I have a bit of a difficult time with. However, the story of the Gulf Breeze 6 is as strange as it gets. And that investigation was dropped like a gigantic hot potato. Somebody got a call from somebody. We'll be right back.